Hello, nice to see you again on the Great Garden channel. Today I will share with you a new method of caring for orchids, helping orchids that have faded flowers to quickly bloom again. Not only orchids that have been grown in your house for many years, even orchids that have just been bought from the store like this. After the flowers have faded, applying the method I shared, they will continue to bloom all year round. If your orchid has been cared for a long time but still does not bloom, then watch this video right away. I will reveal to you a natural fertilizer formula that will make your orchid grow well and produce countless flower branches this summer. In addition to American English, I also added narration in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, and Korean to help you understand the video more easily. Click on the gear icon in the right corner of the screen and select the appropriate language. Don't forget to leave a comment and let me know what country you're watching from. It's great that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. Now, let's explore the details. This orchid branch has withered and all the flowers have fallen off. I used to advise everyone to cut it off so that the nutrients can focus on nourishing the plant, and it will bloom 1 year later. However, if your orchid is still healthy and the leaves are still green, and you want your flower to continue blooming immediately, then I should not cut the flower branch at this position. Cut off the blooming nodes at the top, keeping 3 nodes of the flower branch from the base. The razor blade has an extremely thin and sharp blade, helping you to neatly cut each dormant node or orchid branch without damaging the surrounding tissue cells. I apply cinnamon powder to the cut to prevent fungus and bacteria from entering. This is a simple and effective method. If not properly cared for, it may not bloom again. At these nodes, peel off the cakey protective layer. It will help new flower buds grow faster. We will leave the plant in a cool place for 2 days. You can water it if the substrate is too dry. This is another orchid I just bought from the store. It is also withered. If the leaves are still green, it is still strong enough to bloom once more at these positions. Cut off the flower branches that have bloomed above. Add cinnamon powder to disinfect the cut. When removing the soft pot, the roots are still healthy. We will remove some moss near the base to keep the roots airy. Next, cut off all the rotten roots. I keep the moss because it is still quite new. The roots are still very healthy. In addition, the amount of fertilizer in the moss will continue to nourish the orchid to bloom. It will not need to adapt to the new substrate. However, with this planting method, we should limit watering because moss retains moisture very well. Then we will replant. I use foam to line the bottom of the pot. Next is the soaked pine bark. In the previous video, I showed you how to clean pine bark to grow orchids. It's very simple. You just need to soak it in boiling water. When the pine bark is moist enough, it will not cause the orchid roots to wrinkle due to dehydration. Insert the pine bark around the pot. Each dormant eye on the orchid branch is very small and sensitive, so gently peel off the thin protective layer of the sleeping eye so as not to affect the young buds inside. At these nodes, the orchid will continue to grow new flower branches. That's it. We leave the plant in a cool place for 2 days. Next, I will tell you about 2 methods of making natural fertilizers to provide vitamins to support orchids and help them grow flower stems more easily. For our first method, I need an apple. I cut this apple into small slices. Right now, I will share with you a very important tip. If our orchids have problems such as insects and lice, you can use apple slices for this. I will put these thinly sliced apple slices on the orchid soil. We put these thin apple slices on the soil of each orchid pot. And when we take them out after one night, the lice and insects in the orchid soil will stick to it. You can apply this method for 3 nights, so if your orchids have a problem with insects, you can get rid of them with these apple slices, and you can put these apple slices back after washing them. I put the apple slices in a jar. Now we pour boiling water into these apples. Then I will cover it lightly and leave this apple juice for 2 nights. For the second method, I use eggshells. To take advantage of the calcium rich in eggs, I will first put it on a pan to dry. It helps to remove bacteria and excess egg white. Look, the inside is now clean. No more sticky gel. Now, I put the cleaned eggshells in a clean glass jar. I pour 1 liter of boiling water into it. This process will facilitate the release of calcium in the eggshells. I will gently cover it and leave both the apple juice and eggshells in a cool place for 2 nights. If you have watched my video up to here and liked it, you can immediately press the like button and subscribe to my channel. After 2 nights, apple juice and eggshells are ready. Now, I will show you how to prepare fertilizer for orchids. First, I strain the apple juice. Then I will mix it with the water in which the eggshells were soaked. The antioxidants and vitamins in the apple juice combine with the vitamins in the eggshells. Now I will show you how to fertilize orchids using 3 different methods. Method 1. Use a soft cotton ball or clean towel. Soak it in the solution just prepared and gently wipe it on the top and bottom of the orchid leaves. Should be wiped in the early morning or cool afternoon, 1 to 2 times a month. Great effects after wiping the leaves. Helps to clean dust, significantly increases the ability to photosynthesize, limits mold and bacteria from attacking the leaf surface, increases the plant's resistance, helps the plant stay green for a long time, leaves are thick and naturally shiny. This water is dirty, we will throw it away. Method 2. We will apply the natural fertilizer we have prepared directly to the orchid soil. In this method, you do not need to add other fertilizers. The most common interval for this is once every 20 days. You can apply the liquid nutrient that I have prepared to your orchids every 20 days. Of course, if you want, use cotton to absorb the fertilizer solution. Then wrap it around the dormant buds. Help stimulate flower buds to grow faster and stronger. At the same time, protect weak flower buds from harmful insects. In the third method, we fertilize the orchid only from the leaves. I need a spray bottle for this method, and I put some natural fertilizer in it. By spraying the fertilizer I have prepared on both the upper and lower leaves of the orchid, we ensure that the orchid receives a lot of vitamin support. In this method, we never wipe off the water that has been sprayed on the orchid leaves. We spray both the leaves and especially the stem. This will help the orchid to easily grow new flower spikes on the stem. It will also help the orchid to develop new, stronger roots. Do not spray fertilizer on the petals. It will make the flowers fade faster. Regularly spray moisture on flower buds. After 2 weeks, yes, I want to show you the results of foliar fertilization. Fertilizing orchids is very important, especially in spring and summer. When the flower buds have grown, we do not need to do it anymore. After 1 month, during this season, orchids will grow strongly with many new flower branches. After fertilizing through the leaves, you must leave the orchid in a place with plenty of light and air for at least an hour. This way, the water that has accumulated between the leaves will dry easily. We definitely do not leave such orchids at home. After 2 months, and especially help our orchids have fresh leaves and healthy roots. You can put it on the balcony in a place without direct sunlight or right next to the window. You can apply this mixture not only to your orchids but also to other flowers that you grow at home. I will also show you the results. As you can see, the flowers are blooming a lot, the colors are bright, and they last a long time. After 3 months, it is hard to believe that a flower branch that has faded will continue to bloom beautifully and brightly like this, right? The leaves are still green, proving that the plant is very healthy. Thank you for watching my video until now. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to support me and not miss any orchid care tips. Goodbye and see you again. Stay healthy.